Okay guys, in this section I'm going to talk about blocks. And blocks is this tab here, and blocks are the things that appear in your sidebar. They generally have a little title block which is reasonably styled, and they have a bit of content. So on the blocks tab, as ever, you've probably got a hang of this by now, same sort of philosophy. You can have a suggestion and you've got these built-in sort of styles which you can preview by waving over them, have simple blocks, and there's a whole bunch of different built-in styles. That's outlined, that one's outlined, and then the title of the block is different to the main part of the block, etc, etc, etc. So they're the main sort of styles that are built in. You can even have blocks without headers if you want to. For me, in this particular example, I'm just going to go with something like I quite like that one. I'll just put that there just for this isn't a proper website, so I'm just going to do it for argument's sake. Again, the first tool is always changes most of the settings all in one go, and then you get the option to tweak the details. So take see, it's made these into sort of rounded rectangles. We can increase or decrease the smoothness of the corners. We can go mad, or we can just keep it quite mild. If we remember, when we styled, let's go back to the sheet setting here and look at the radius. That's a 5 pixel job. So again, for consistency, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set 5 pixels. See, 5 pixels isn't an option here, so we have to go down to more and then set it ourselves manually, and then that would be exactly 5. You then here got the option of styling these two things separately. We've done some, again, major formatting with this first option, but now we can mess around with this. Just like I changed this with the page title, you can have a little icon that appears next to the header if you wish, and there's a whole bunch of those built in where you can have that just standard without anything on there. And it's fairly standard stuff. You've got all the typical options you've seen so far: borders, textures, gradients, and all that padding stuff that you can play around with to make it look how you want it. Take the header, say the background color, the fill color. I might want to go to more colors as normal, and then bring up my, where has it gone? There it is. Color selector tool, which disappeared onto my other screen again, and I can use my little color sampler tool, and then I can select a color I want to go for, like that, and make sure it's the same blue. Now of course that's messed up the font because it's too dark, and I want to change the text color to something lighter, like a grey or a white. And I almost might want to make sure the font's the same, like that, and just getting the consistency going on there. I think it looks quite poor, to be honest, because the menu color doesn't really match. So I might even want to go with a fill color that matches the menu button. So it keeps disappearing over there. I want to match the menu color instead, because then, yeah, that's more consistent. Either that, or I could change the menu to match the blue and then match the blue in the sidebar. This is entirely up to you. You'll just have to keep looking at this and tweaking it until it's the way you want it to be. So apart from the header, you can style the content section on its own, and also these bits. Like we did in the content tab, where we get to define the styles and the colors for links. You can have separate styles for links and text and images that appear in the sidebar, and you control all that from here. So here, look, this is the bullet point list. When a bullet point list appears in the sidebar, how should it be styled? How should links be styled when they're coming up in the sidebar? And again, same sort of process. You could put the word link in here, select it, go to the edit tab, turn it into a link, like at the address www.google.com, turn it into a link, and then click away, see what it looks like, see how it behaves. And then if we go back to blocks and then link, we've got all the options of changing again. I could have white links if I wanted to, or whatever.